Mindscreed. We're here.
You see, today, I was on a bike ride, and whilst I was riding, I'm listening to like this lecture. It's called The Great Courses. I mentioned this in the last podcast. I highly recommend it. The Great Courses, Effective Communication Skills. I feel like this is such a big part within this like life and whatever this is, being inside this body and etc. But I was just in the one video. I was sort of thinking back to when I was a teenager and coming into like this new sort of. It felt like an expansion of my awareness, and I just like started to see things very differently to how I'd normally see them. And then there would be like lots of arguments in the house because I wasn't able to verbalize myself truly to what I actually thought, and it would appear like, and I'm pretty sure it was, not intentionally, it would appear like offensive, and it would set like family members on a defensive and a dislike towards myself. And like, yeah, let's not go too deep into that. But the basic of like this video I was making for my YouTube channel was how like every interaction is like a chessboard game. It's like a game of chess, a verbal or a physical. It's all chess. I don't know if any chess players out there, but yeah, if you know, you know. Chess is a good game. I like that game. You really gotta think ahead and keep you calm. Slightly going back a bit to when I was saying, like it would appear offensive, like the sorts of things I would say to loved ones. I could imagine it, metaphorically speaking, if that is the right word. If it's not, just let me know in the comments below. Of, say, me picking up a pawn, that's like the front row. If you don't know, that's the front row, like chess pieces, the pawns. It's like if you move that forward, it'd be the extent to when I aggressively verbalize myself. It'd be the extent of me picking up the pawn, yeah, and smacking it on the chessboard, so like other pieces sort of drop. And that's not good, is it? Because we're meant to be having like a game here, like a good collaboration of thought and mind. So there's different ways and tones of how we can connect to other people. So instead of picking up a piece and smashing it on the table, we can just pick it up and politely or silently just put it into the next piece we wish. And then like, it was such a coincidence because after I finished that video, because I was on the canal, I rode back up onto the road, and then I seen like these three like hooded youths, and I've seen them around before. I've had like a chat with like one of them, and I thought I recognised him. And if I'm not like mistaken, the other one, who was in the middle, like holding a weapon, he like popped my tyre recently on my bike. Because I must have like unintentionally intimidated him. I'll tell you why. Because I was going to the shop, listening to a book, and this book, it got to a part and it really resonated with me. And I forgot where I were. I forgot that I was in public, and I sort of shouted, "Yo!" Because I was like, damn, thinking to myself, yeah, I really like respect what that guy just said in the book. And I was unaware. I looked up and there was like that hooded sort of youth, and he was looking around, so he must have thought I was saying it to him or something like that. Or it's social dominance is what it is. It's that social hierarchy. It's been around like since the beginning of time. Oh, it's really interesting, that social sort of dominance, like the so-called alpha males and beta males. But yeah, so as I came back out of the shop, my tyre was popped, so I can only assume, I don't know if it's 100% him, but that's just my assumption of it. And only a fool assumes, but I know I'm a fool. I ain't gonna say I'm a genius, because I know I'm far from genius. Okay, so we're going back to coming up to the canal. So I come up onto the road, I see the 3 people walking. I see like the sort of aura, and when I say that, I don't mean I can see colours coming off them and all that sort of stuff. I'm just saying like the energy, the sort of the body language, yeah, the language of the body. Just slightly off subject, but not. Body language is very, 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 very important. Like I feel like 97% of our interactions day to day, is from body language. Body language is very important. Okay, so the one who is in the middle of the 3 is the one holding like a plank of wood, like a weapon. And that's sort of me. To me, that says to me that I'm just analysing now. It may not be true. I have no idea what's going on in other man's minds. I'm just like assuming once again. I'm being a fool. To me, it sort of says that he's afraid. And like, how can you can't blame people? You can't blame the youth to be afraid these days, like, you know, with all the stuff going on. Like, you can't blame them. And like, they're not brought up in like these first class silver spoon fed like sort of individuals. They have some of the rawest of lives, and in a way I had a pinch of that as well, so I empathise with them and I know that sort of struggle. Alright, so to me, holding a weapon is saying that it's sort of a scarcity mindset. It's out of fear to hold a weapon, because then to me, I feel like it's a lack of self-belief within one's own ability to fight the battles with the tongue rather than violence. But, you know, in the sort of like conditioning, we're taught from a young age, war for instance, that you need to fight fire with fire and kill, like, but I don't believe that's right. I like a soul force, just love, because love is understanding, and then we go into like psychology and all that sort of stuff. But and strength isn't always shown in what you can hold on to, onto the weapon, for instance. Sometimes it's shown in what you can let go of. Alright, so I'm on the canal, I'm coming back up onto the road, I see the 3 youths, I see the body language and all that sort of stuff, and I ride past, sort of close, because I need to then come onto their side of the road. And I don't know, because only a fool knows. I feel like, from his actions, he's intimidated by me because he sees I'm not sort of scared, because I'm trying my best to live in love and understanding. So I'm not afraid. So I need to go onto their side of the road. So I go a bit further ahead of them, say like 10 I don't know, 15 footsteps ahead of them. And I then have to go down some stairs, because there's like a bridge then from the canal underneath. And whilst I go down the stairs, that's when they are on top of me. So now I'm in a vulnerable position, because I already think to myself, like, they can throw stuff now, or if they're going to attack, now this is where they will attack, because my back is turned and it's out of sight. Because a lot of the people who are in a fierce sort of vibration will attack you behind your back and out of sight. So yeah, alright, so I'm walking down there, I'm listening to this effective communication skill still. I get onto the actual pathway for the canal, and I hear this noise, and it's a Pringles bottle, you know, the big tins, one of them, so that's been chucked down. Of course it's been aimed at me, but it completely missed. And then I sort of like sort of giggled to myself, and I look up the stairs to wait and watch, see them walk past, and one of them like look at me, and I just smile at him, like, and I'm about to ride off. Then I think to myself, no, don't ride off. So I turn back around, I pick up the Pringles packet, the Pringles tin, yeah, and I walk up the stairs ever so slightly, and I just watch and observe to see how far they're walking down the road. And I know that, you know, we have the devil on the side of it, you know, from the cartoons. You got like devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other shoulder. As I was watching, that devil did try speak a little and like try get the old Billy out, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. And the kids as well, really. Well, not kids, the young adults, let's say 17, 18, 19. So then I just watch, and I pick it up, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the bin, aren't I? But I'm not going to put it in the bin out of their sight. Now remember what I said before, that about the chess game? To me, yeah, him throwing the Pringles can over the bridge to try hit me is him picking up one of the pieces and smashing it onto the table, where it sort of drops other pieces, where it's out of scarcity, where it's a bluff, it's a blind threat. That it's him trying to possess his space of the social dominance between his interaction of the other two guys. He wishes to save his own face, but he doesn't need to do that. But because, like, maybe from the situations with gang or home or something like that, or from him looking up to certain individuals, it's allowing them to lead by example. But I was like, we need to lead by example with love. So I carry on watching them as they walk up the road, and then I come back up the stairs. I got the can in my hand, and then I go over the opposite side of the road, slowly, like following them and just watching. It kind of turned into like GTA then, some of the missions where you had to like follow the car, and it had a little bar at the bottom of the screen, and if you went too close to the car, the mission would fail because you're not allowed to be in sight. Went on like that little, only for like 3 minutes, because I seen a bin then. So I looked for my opportunity. I waited for like the crossings to come. Now we come to like a junction sort of thing. I'm not even sure what sort of word it is, but there's lots of roads coming in together. And now, is the word peripheral vision? You know, that the vision you can still see from, like, to a certain extent, I can see, out of the corner of my eyes, can't I? my peripheral vision or something like that. So I know that I know that then they can see me in that vision. So in front of them, whilst say 30, 40, 50 steps away over the other side of the road, I consciously put the Pringles can in the bin. So then it says to them also, because remember, we're not talking to them right now, we're talking to them when they're at home, just about to go to sleep, reminiscing about what happened during that day. That's when we want to be talking about them, so then they can understand more. And leading by example, so I'm not fighting fight with fight. I'm sort of just showing. I don't need to say anything. Actions are very much louder than words. So I just put that in the bin, and then I ride up towards them directly, because I know now I can go this certain way to go that way home instead. And then like the other one who I've had an interaction with before, like I just had a sort of I just nodded my head to him, and you know, we just had like a smirk, sort of grin with each other, and I like you know, he knew, he was just laughed, because like he thinks for himself, I guess. But yeah, a nice little interaction that was. And then I just rode home. Yeah. Just thought I'd share that with you. I've been saving some quotes from the one and only Bob Marley. I'm just gonna go through some of them now. Alright. Here's one. Money is numbers, and numbers never end. If it takes money to be happy, the search for happiness will never end. Money can't buy you happiness. Some of your listeners might feel like, oh, that's so cliche and stuff like that, but until you know, like money can't buy you happiness, and all these material things and stuff like that. The things that bring happiness are things that are ungraspable. I love that word. Things that can't be seen by any man, or you can't put money on, you can't put price on that. I like this one. Open your eyes and look within. Are you satisfied with the life you're living? You know, I just sing that. I love that one. Alright. I like this one. She may not be the most popular or the prettiest, but if you love her, let me do this again. She may not be the most popular or prettiest, but if you love her and she makes you smile, what else matters? Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's a lot of false love going on these days, you know. It's like we're bringing corporatism into relationships. It's like, alright then, it's like a job interview or something like that. Okay, so what you got? Do you drive? Have you got a nice car? Have you got money? Do you look well? Have you got a big following on social media? You know, all this sort of stuff. It's like a handbag accessory. Some women and some men have, they almost treat humans as trophies, and it's just false love. It's very shallow love. Or a man will be with a woman just because she has a really nice bottom, or a very pleasurable pumtang. Or see, a woman might be with a man just because he's got a big, you know, what's going on there? He could be ugly, but he's got a big dick though. But like, bruh, really? Is that how shallow you are? But I'm not saying you're shallow. No, remember, because that's judging them. That's judging. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, I like this one as well. From one of these songs. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Life is your right. Get up, stand up, so we won't give up no fight. Yep, so a good one. When you smoke herb, it reveals you to yourself. I really like that one. It does make you think. You see, with like things with stuff like that, I think it's good to use it. You see, I was about to say correctly, but there is no right or wrong way. For me personally, when I did used to smoke, I would enjoy thinking, you know, like the thinking man. Or listen to music. Sometimes I just abuse it. Oh, and that's just not good. But it's to me, so I'm already like very introverted, so it made me a lot more introverted. I'd rather like just do it alone and have a good think about life in just some silence and get to some depth with just me and myself. I hear what he's saying there. It does reveal you to yourself. Aspects of yourself you may wish not to meet also, but to get to a certain place in life, you have to know yourself, and sometimes you have to know certain aspects of yourself you don't really wish to know. But if you want to expand and grow, then maybe that's just the way it's got to go. I like this one as well. None but ourselves can free our minds. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Emancipate, to like free, to liberate, to clear the mind from that stinking thinking, that negative sort of inner critic. We don't need it. Come on. We already got enough critics in this world. Don't be your own critic. Sometimes the only good things you're going to hear about you is yourself, so make sure they're good. Just be good to yourself and keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Be persistent. The quote, emancipate yourself from mental slavery, none but ourselves can free our mind, it's actually from an African legend leader called Marcus Garvey. He was a big influence to Bob Marley. Just a little nerdy fact for you. When one door closed, don't you know another is open? Yeah. I got nothing really to say to that. Money can't buy life, yeah. We've sort of covered that. Oh, I like this one. Every man got a right to rule his own destiny. Every man got a right to decide his own destiny. And it's true. What's your destiny? This is a big question. I think it's really important for us to ask ourselves more powerful and meaningful questions. Because like asking yourself these questions, but the most important thing, actually pondering on them and thinking about them, it is literally changing the future. It will create a living and a why for your purpose of what you do, and like why you wish to grow as a human, or whatever you'd like to call yourself, and to live a happy life in a way, a more balanced life. Happiness and sadness is like a stick. You can't pick it up without the one other end being picked up also. So maybe just like a balance between the order and chaos. And remember, each character we wake up to and play within each day is the creation of our own destiny. So if we wish to wake up and play the victim, we will be the creator of the destiny to pursue a victim's role. It's all a playground in a way. When you go into break time back in the school days, and you were Spider-Man then, you was a Power Ranger, you was anything you wanted to be. Our life in a way is sort of like that. You can be whatever you want to be. Don't listen to what anyone else tells you. You can be whatever you want to be. Don't trust me. If you don't trust me, start to trust yourself and know whatever you want to do, you can do it. Just, if you wish, play it first. Pretend to be it. But in order to pretend to be it, it's not only just about thinking about it, it's actually doing it. So the thinking about it is the stepping stones towards doing it. And if you wish to think about it for like 40 years and then start actually doing it, then do it. But like, the faster you do it, the better. From my own personal experience, it's the faster the better, because you don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow or even at the end of the day, for that fact. So you have the right to be happy, so do whatever makes you happy. And as long as you're not hurting others in the process of that, then what's stopping you but yourself? I like this one as well. If something can corrupt you, you've already corrupted. No, if something can corrupt you, you are already corrupt. You are corrupted already. If something can corrupt you, you are If something can corrupt you, you are corrupted already. That's deep, bro. Alright, I'm gonna have to think about that one and come back to that one. And you hear any of these quotes that you enjoy and like, just let me know in the comments below which ones you like, or what you got from certain pieces of the podcast. So I'd really enjoy to see your own opinions of what you get. Oh, I like this one as well. I don't know how to live good. I only know how to suffer. No, I got two insights to this. I can see it as him trying to speak as the collective. I'm generalizing here, but let's pretend that the collective whole is negative and in a fear sort of vibration of scarcity and judgment and insecurity and stuff like that. So I'm just imagining speaking as the collective unconscious. I don't know how to live good. I only know how to suffer. Let's pretend we have a baby. And if we, for 5 years, constantly feed that baby lower vibrations of scarce sort of thinking and ordering what it's meant to think rather than allowing it to think for itself, I'm pretty sure that baby would also only know how to suffer rather than live a good life. Wouldn't you agree? Now the other way I see it is him speaking from his own experience of suffering. And maybe sometimes it takes us a lot of suffering in order to get to the point where we are literally so fed up of it, we just know we have to change. And, you know, change not only for ourselves, but for the world, for animals, for friends, for generations that are not even here to come yet, for our own generations of children and future wives or partners we have in our lives. To just really keep spreading the positive vibrations and being that source of happiness, but making sure we have it in ourselves first, because it will only be false. We really need to like just keep loving ourselves, not in the narcissistic way, in the real sort of inner self-love, working on ourselves, exercising, meditating, eating healthy, inspiring others, helping to create others. Oh, now that's something, to me anyway, like, that's meaningful to me. That's where it's at, to really help other people. We rise by lifting others, but it's not in the selfish way of like, oh, I'm gonna get a name for myself because like I'm helping these people. I'm only doing it just to get a name for myself. No, it's not like that. That's scarcity thinking again. It's out of, this is just my opinion, remember, all of this is just my opinion. You think for yourself. It's out of empathy, and to know what it is to suffer, and to know that other people suffer as well. It's you know, it can touch you sometimes, really, really deeply, to know that, you know, when you've suffered real bad, really, really bad, I'm talking really bad, to know that other people have felt that as well. Every man thinks, there's another Bob Marley quote, every man thinks his burden is the heaviest. And I know at some point we have thought like no one suffered like I have. But to step out of ourselves for a second, just imagine that someone has suffered as much as we have, if not even more. Now that's, oh, you've got to feel for them. So to know that suffering and to empathise with it, and to just be willing to understand the conditions. Most people are screaming, silently screaming inside, suffering battles we have no idea of. So let's just like be there for each other more, and understand and love each other more. You know what I'm saying? It's like be open and stuff like that, but don't be naive, because sadly there's like people out there who will take advantage of that and see it as weakness. But only through love you will know and learn of naivety. So it's all good. It's all part of the journey. I hope you're having a good day as well. I like this one. The more people smoke herb, the more Babylon fall. Yeah, I like that. Babylon. If you don't know, Babylon is sort of like the system. Yeah, that's it as a whole, I guess. Just the system. That's Babylon. The one that created money to enslave man and all that sort of stuff. That's Babylon for you. Out of a fear basis, Babylon is. Out of power, remember. Power is, the root source of power may be fear. And controsity, yep. Alright. Another one. My music fights against the system that teaches you. I'm sorry, dude. Alright. My music fights against the system that teaches to live and die. My music fights against the system that teaches to live and die. Next. Tell the children the truth. I like that one as well. What would you say? You know, like how we sort of like lie to our kids about like the Easter Bunny and Father Christmas and all these sort of like. I believe that the roots of them are pagan rituals. But like, what do you think about that? Do you think it's right for us to like lie to them and say like these are imaginary like things, or do you think it would gain more respect between the relationship of you and your child if you were just like upfront with them from the start and be like real? Because like what sort of effect will it have on the child once they go through life and see it's not a fairy tale and it's not a Disney story and stuff like that? Is it giving them false sort of let me know what you think in the comments below, in this section. Herb is the healing of the nation, alcohol is the destruction. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of alcohol, to be honest. Just seeing what it does to people and like just but if you like alcohol, I don't mind, I ain't fussed. I'm not saying I do drink every now and then, but on occasions. I like this one as well. I like a lot of them. Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver and gold. Yes, Bob. Wisdom is better than silver and gold. An educated man makes him unfit to be a slave. Please don't sell your soul for gold. It's quite intriguing what people do for gold. It's Oi. This one was interesting. I didn't get this one fully. I don't believe I'll probably get all of them fully at all. He's probably like, for all I know, he's probably meant complete different things of how I'm interpreting it. Okay, I know have education. I have expression, experience, Sorry, I know have education. I have Why is this happening? I know have education. I have inspiration. If I was educated, I would be a damn fool. What I get from this is ignorance. Once the battle is won, which it is never won, because you can always learn and still grow. But I feel like with education, a lot of people feel like they've arrived, and when they get this masters and stuff like that, for example, they feel like some of them may believe that they have mastered the whole of a certain subject, and then that would make them a fool, because a fool doesn't know it all. Only a fool would believe that he knows. So, and for the inspiration part, I feel like he may be interpreting it as experience of raw life as its raw state, rather than to. That's what I get from it anyway. Trust is everybody. No, truth is everybody is going to hurt you. You just gotta find the ones it's worth suffering for. The people who are trying to make this world worse are not taking days off, so why should I? I really like that quote. Or Bob Marley, remember. Who are you to judge the life I live? I am not perfect, and I do not have to be. Before you start pointing fingers, make sure your hands are clean. Yes. Love the life you live. and live the life you love. Love, 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 love. Rest in peace, Bob. The legend Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley. You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. I love that. Oh, I like this one as well. If she's amazing, she won't be easy. If she's easy, she won't be amazing. If she's worth it, you won't give up. If you give up, you're not worthy. Yeah. I really like that one. Okay, we've got a few here now. I don't stand for the black man's side. I don't stand for the white man's side. I stand for God's side. Now, when I see that word God, I normally like replace that for love. So, he stands for love's side. Okay, now, me is a common sense man. That mean when I explain things, me explain it in a very simple way. That mean if I explain it to a baby, the baby will understand too, you know? That was a Bob's quote again. That's not me talking. Right, next one. On to the next one. God sent me on earth. He sent me to do something, and nobody can stop me. If God wants to stop me, then I stop. Man never can. Man never can. I like that. Memory. No, scratch that one. Life is one big roll with lots of sides. When you're riding through the ruts, don't let it complicate your mind. Flee from hate, mischief and jealousy. Don't bury your thoughts. Put your vision to reality. Wake up and live, y'all. Wake up and live. Ooh. Okay, black and you're wrong. White and you're wrong. Black, blue, pink, green. God makes no rule about colour, or only society makes a rule where my people suffer. Babylon. And now we must have redemption. Redemption now. Oh, I like this one. The greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively. Big talk. Next one. As a man sow, so shall he reap. And I know that talk is cheap, but the heart of the battle is the sweetest of victory. Yes, yes. This one was an interesting one. Let me know what you think of this one. You entertain people who are satisfied. Hungry people can't be entertained, or people who are afraid. You can't entertain a man who has no food. Let me know what you take from that one. I'd be really interested to know. This one as well. The devil ain't got no power over me. The devil come and me shake hands with the devil. Devil has his part to play. There was a good friend too. Because when you don't know him, that's the time he can mash you down. Mash you. Jeez. Next advice. Alright. Last one now. Babylon is everywhere. You have wrong and you have right. Wrong is what we call Babylon. Wrong things, that is what Babylon is to me. I could have been born in England, I could have been born in America. It makes no difference where we're born, because there is Babylon everywhere. Some people feel the rain, others just get wet. I'm just going through it. One more quick. Live for yourself, and you will gain, and you will live in vain. Live in vain. Live for yourself, and you will live in vain. And live for others, and you will live again. All right, last one now. Last one. You say you love rain, but you use an umbrella to walk under it. You say you love the sun, but you seek shelter when it is shining. You say you love the wind, but when it comes, you close your windows. So that's why I'm scared when you say you love me. All right.